Happy Monday. I missed you guys last week, but I saw a lot of you here.
Happy Monday.
All
I
right.
missed you guys
Melissa
last
said
week, but I saw
sounds
a lot of you
good.
here.
So wait for everything to connect.
All right. Melissa said, sounds good. So
All
we'll wait for
right.
everything to connect.
So if you're watching on replay, tell me in
All
the comments,
right.
hashtag replay. If you're watching
So if you're watching on replay, tell me in the
live,
comments,
I
hashtag
missed you guys
replay.
last
Tell me
week, but I
hi.
saw
Tell
a
me
lot of
what
you
you're working
here.
on. Hi. Tell me hi. Tell me what you're
I
working on.
don't have any knitting in my lap right now because I don't have any easy knitting to
I
work on
don't
right
have
now.
any knitting in my lap right now because I don't have any easy knitting to work on right now.
We'll give people a few minutes to pop on. We have a lot to talk about
Give
today. We're going to do
people a
prize
few minutes to
drawings
pop
and
on. We have a lot to talk about today. We're
kind of
going to do
recap
prize
the
drawings
middle of the mitten yarn
and
crawl.
kind of recap
YouTube keeps showing me it
the
should be
middle of the
okay
mitten yarn
now.
crawl. YouTube keeps showing me it should be okay now.
No. Weird. I'm pinned. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I've got if it will show me nothing. It will show me nothing. It looks like it's showing me. Apparently we're having technical difficulties today. It's okay. I don't know. Okay. She says she thinks it's okay. Showing me. Okay, Brenda says it's showing me. I know Facebook is good. It was YouTube that we were having issues with for some reason. So sorry about that. You guys know we're not super professional around here. Tell me hi, tell me what you're working on. Holly working on your Tina cardigan. Let's see. Nicole working on your summer sorrel. Hi, Joyce. Cindy working on your spilled the tea. Excellent. Hi, Shar. Amy. Hi. Good, 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 good. All right. As a reminder, if for some reason things mess up on Facebook, you can go over to YouTube and watch us over there on our YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube and something seems a little glitchy on that end, you can check us out on Facebook. They are two different streams. So if one glitches, it doesn't usually mean the other one does. So, but we'll just keep going along. And we do record these and they post afterwards. So if there happens to be some emergency that pulls you away from us and you can't stay and watch the whole thing, then you can always go back and watch the recordings after the fact. Hi, Lisa, starting the outline tee. Excellent. I told myself I wasn't going to start another summer sweater, and I think I am. I just pulled yarn for one. Well, it's a little tank, and I just finished a tank, but it's just so darn cute. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so we're after 7 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is July something, 22nd, and we just finished up with the middle of the mitten yarn crawl. So we're going to talk a lot about that tonight. We have prizes to give away and a little bit of a recap and more goodies, of course. Julie working on your summer shandy tour to a bridal shower next month. Excellent. That's a good one. Hi, Mama. My name's Kristen. I'm the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located in downtown Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC Marketplace. Our hours for the past week or so and the next couple weeks are going to be a little bit off because of the yarn crawls, but typical marketplace hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Our shop hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Heartland Yarn Adventure starts this Thursday, and I'll go into a little bit later the specifics for hours, days we're open, because we are open 7 days a week for that one. I did find out today for sure that the outdoor farmers market is not doing Mondays at all this summer. I was a little confused because I heard that from some people, but their Facebook page said they still were. So as a reminder, they are not associated with the indoor marketplace. They rent space and they are out kind of in the pavilion area, but we do get a lot of questions and we do like to be able to sneak out there. But they are not doing Mondays at all this year, so it's just Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Their hours are Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 3 and Saturdays 10 to 1. So let's talk yarn crawl. So we just finished the middle of the mitten yarn crawl. That went, I don't even know my dates anymore. It ended on the 20th. That much the 12th through the 20th, I think, of July. And we met a lot of new people. Hopefully, a lot of you that are on here will are new to us now that you've heard about us and been here and met us and want to experience more of us because we're a blast to be around. We're a fun place to be. The 11th through the 20th. I was close. Hi, Donna. So yeah, we met a lot of new people this year. It's very exciting. We had a lot of foot traffic and I think it went really well. I hope any of you that did it had a really good time. If there was something that stood out to you at any of the shops, I would love to hear if there was either, if you had an outstanding experience anywhere, if there was a really cool shop sample that you saw that, just stood out in your mind, anything like that, where I'm curious to see how everybody's experiences were with the shops that participated. As a reminder, the drawing of all the drawings for the entries that you filled out tickets for the main yarn crawl, the tickets that were actually in your passport, those drawings are happening at a piece of you the week of August 11th. So my goal is to get everything over to them, any of those entry tickets by August 3rd. So if you still have yours and haven't turned it in, you can bring them in this week or next week to us and we will still collect them and make sure that we get them over there. Of course, you can also drop them off to a piece of you directly or any of the other shops. We're all, focused on getting those turned in time. So don't worry if you didn't get them to us last week. It's not a big deal. Just remember to do it. If you're like me, you want to do that like as soon as possible. Otherwise, you're going to forget and then the time's going to pass. And I can't help you if that's the case. Hi, Noelle. So the big prize drawings are that week. I'm not quite sure what the prizes are. I feel like people said they saw baskets in a piece of you, but I'm not really sure. So that is going to be happening. Our custom yarns, we sold quite a bit of it over this last yarn crawl, but we do still have some in stock. It looks like I've got maybe 8 skeins left of the DK weight yarn, the gradient from Brenda and Heather. They are working on dyeing more for us, but they had to order more of the bare yarn. So I'm not quite sure how long it's going to be before we get that in. If we sell out, we will be taking names and pre-orders for those. So as soon as we get the next batch in, we'll be able to get those out to people. Brenda and Heather are really, really good with making sure their batches are consistent. So you don't have to worry about, trying to get yours now because the next batch might look different. They are math people through and through and their formulas are really great. So don't be too concerned about that. Yeah, when, not if, when. And they might be doing a fingering weight base for us this time too. Just saying. That might be coming down the line. So there might be a 4th yarn. You know how I am with that. We did get our second batch of Ridiculous. So we're almost completely through our first batch. That's the really vibrant sparkle custom color. That next shipment came in last week. So we've got plenty of that on hand. If you were waiting until the new batch came in to get a sweaters quantity, anything like that, feel free to come in. We've got lots of that now. I just put the last of the Dream in Color batch from the first batch out. So we've got maybe a dozen skeins or so of that left. They have invoiced me for the next batch. So I'm assuming that means it's going to be on its way to me soon. I have not gotten a tracking number yet for it, so I'm not sure. Um. hmm. Sorry, you guys, it was just occurring to me that I got a tracking number for something else that was supposed to come Friday and didn't, so I'm gonna have to follow up on that. Just one more thing. So custom yarns are here and coming in hot. We do still have a few skeins left from last year's colors as well. We will do at the end of our live today, I will do the drawings. There are actually going to be 4 prizes that I've got to give away for all of the entries from the middle of the mitten yarn crawl. We had over 100 people enter, which is great. I love it. And yeah, so we'll do that at the very end. But other things I wanted to talk about, the next yarn crawl coming up is the Heartland Yarn Adventure. If you haven't gotten your passport yet, this is what it looks like. When you get yours, it should have a number on here. Make sure that yours does, because that makes a difference. Whether you get it from us or from anybody, you should have a unique passport number there, and it needs to go on the inside of your log that's in the center of the passports. But they're $5 each. You get one of those cool enamel pins that are dated with this year. Even if you're not planning on doing any of the yarn crawl, because there are over 80 shops participating in this one, it's a great resource to have on hand, not just for the next couple weeks, but for at least the rest of the year, if not longer, for yarn stores in Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. They do have on their website, if you go to heartlandyarnadventure.com, they have an interactive, a link to a Google map that you can click on, and it has pinned all of the shops that are participating, which I think is really cool to be able to get a graphic and see it. It looks like there are shops as far north as Charlevoix, which is really cool. And there are some shops listed that I've never even heard of before. It makes me not want to be in the store. It makes me want to go yarn crawling, but maybe sometime later in the year, I'll get to do that. Check out some of these other places. But it's $5. It's a great resource. Even if you buy the passport from us, we have a handful of them left. During the yarn crawl, come in, have us stamp it, and we can turn in your log, and you get at least one entry into the prize drawings that they have. The way this one, as a recap, I know you guys, some of you have heard me say this before, but I want to make sure that it's clear to everybody. For the Heartland Yarn Adventure, there are no limits you have to hit before you enter for prizes. The number of shops you go to are the number of entries that you get. So every shop you go to will give you a stamp under their store name. And we turn this at the end, and however many stamps you have, that's how many entries you get, which is awesome. And I know somebody mentioned last time that they've been posting some of the prizes that they've gotten donated, and there's some really cool stuff. And then in addition, while you're here and getting your stamp, you can put in for our prize drawings, because we're going to have more goodies for that yarn crawl as well. So our hours for, I have to look them up. Hours for the Heartland Yarn Adventure, our normal Wednesday through Saturday hours are going to be the same. No purchase necessary for the stamp. That is correct. Each store should be doing a giveaway, and that is up to the store whether they want to offer that with a purchase or as just a freebie. We are doing a free giveaway for everybody, at least until we run out. Yeah, we almost ran out of what we had for the middle of the mitten yarn crawl, but I've got reinforcements coming in, hopefully. So hours for us, our normal shop hours Wednesday through Saturday are going to be the same, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. We are open a little bit later that on Thursdays, because the girls are here for social knitting. So we're open till 8 on Thursdays, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So that would be next week. We're open 11 to 4, all 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 11 to 4. And then the following weekend, that Sunday is when it ends on August 4th. We are open to 11 to 4 that day as well. So if you get one of these books, you have those hours in there. So again, another good reference. And They were really good about putting in here. So for example, under ours, it's got the Heartland Yarn Adventure hours, and then it's got our regular hours right under there. So again, a great reference to have moving forward if you plan on doing any road tripping around the area. Let's see. Upcoming class. So Joyce finished and brought in a hat. I posted it last Friday, but look at this hat, you guys. Isn't this so cool? And the face is only on the front. It's nowhere else, just on the front. So typically you would do this in tarja with little bobbins for each thing, or you would duplicate stitch, embroider it afterwards. This is done in basically a standard stranded knitting where you're working with two colors at a time. But that means you have to carry your black all the way from one around to the other while you're not knitting with it, except for these little ribby guys. So the inside of the hat looks kind of funny. Looks like this. So this method of carrying your non-working yarn is called ladder back jacquard. It creates like the separate fabric. You can't really see it very well there, but if you've gotten any sweaters that have designs and stuff on them from commercially machine knit, you would see some of this on the inside where it almost looks like a mesh of knitting on the inside. That method is called ladder back jacquard. We've used it you can use it for a lot of things. Joyce used it on one of the socks that she did for Sock Madness. And that kind of inspired her to want to teach a class on it. So the class is for this hat. We have it listed on the website. It's 3 Fridays, nope, 3 Thursday afternoons in a row, August 15th, 22nd, and 29th from 2 to 4 p.m. The cost of the class does include the 2 skeins of yarn that you're going to need, the orange and the black to make the hat. You just need 1 skein of each. So those are included with the cost of the class. We're limiting it to 5 or 6 people because it is a technique class. So we want to make sure that you get the attention that you need. So if you're interested in that, make sure you sign up. And you can use that method. I've used it before on sweaters. I knit a men's sweater last year, I think, that had this real big, almost like a Charlie Brown chevron graphic throughout the middle of it. And at one point I had 9 or 10 stitches between where I was using a color. And I used that method versus trying to trap it in a traditional stranded way. So yeah, if you've taken any of Joyce's class, she is full of tips and tricks and good ideas, and she comes with handouts and usually a song. Worth taking the class. So let's talk about knitting. Joyce finished that. I finished a couple things. I did finish my Felix cardigan. I even wove the ends in, you guys, but it's not been blocked. Thankfully, I don't need it anytime soon, although there have been some chilly days in here, but she's done. And once I block it, well, I guess it's not quite done because it doesn't have buttons either. But once I block it, this button band will stretch out a little bit. It won't be so wonky. But as a reminder, this is the one that's got all of the increases are done with these yarn overs in the lace. So you're not doing make one lefts, make one rights. The sleeves are a bit slender on this. Can the participants pick different colors? Yes. If you want to do your hat with different colors, we can swap that out. The yarn we're using is Malabrigo Arroyo. So we've got a fair selection to choose from for that. So this looks funny with all my layers on. I haven't even talked about my other top yet, but the Felix cardigan is meant to be just a little short cropped sweater, not meant to be layered over something like I'm wearing, but look at how cute that is. So the sleeves are a bit snug. This yarn, if you use this yarn, I think it will stretch a little bit. I will know that as soon as I block it. Yeah, but I don't have to worry about it because it's gonna be for my mom and but mom has long arms, so we'll see. We'll see if it fits her. It might be 3/4 length on her bracelet length sleeves. So hopefully the next time I show this off or mom shows it off, it will have buttons and it will have been blocked. So the other thing I decided to start last Monday, because I didn't want to finish the sleeve on my Felix cardigan, is what I'm wearing. And this is the Kanata kerchief tank. So I decided we needed some more crochet samples. So this is called the Kanata kerchief tank. It's essentially 4 granny squares. So if I hold this out, you can see it's a granny square. You make 4 of them, seam a part of them together, and then make little straps. And that's it. Just a loose, flowy. You can make it as long or as short as you want. I've seen some where they've been really cropped. You would just make smaller squares. This one I wanted just kind of right waist length, and I think it turned out really, really cute. A couple of the girls were telling me I needed a leopard print bra to wear under it and just to go out on the town like that. Not sure I'm quite ready for that, but really quick project. Like I said, I started it last Monday, finished it yesterday. I have almost all of the ends woven in. I realized when I put it on today that I didn't weave in the ends for where I started each granny square with the magic circle. But if you know me, you know that's par for the course. I don't weave all my ends in, only the ones people see. I used cotton, and for this one, I used Malabrigo Verano. So it's hand-dyed cotton, 100% Pima cotton. They call it a worsted DK, 205 yards and 100 grams. I used every last little bit except, maybe a small strand of 3 hanks. So most sizes, if you did it a standard length and with wider straps like it calls for, you would need a 4th or 5th hank. But I was trying to rush and get it done and didn't want to open up another skein just for a tiny little bit. So the straps are supposed to be a little bit wider and blocks are supposed to be a little bit bigger, but I just wanted a quick project. So it's a fun little flowy thing. I wish I think the color is coming across okay on Facebook. On YouTube, it looks pretty blue, but you can see I love with the hand dye, like it's solid, but it's not solid. You get that tonal light and dark in there, just like you do in the skein. And I think even though I pulled from 2 different dye lots, you can't really tell, which is awesome because I could tell when I was working on them. So I finished things, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. I've been finishing things. I am slowly still working on the deep winter coat. That is the really heavily cabled cardigan that I've been working on. I swear it seems like every time I go to work on it, my iPad battery is dead. That is the one downside of Knit Companion is a downside for me that I forget to keep my iPad plugged in and charged so I can use it. I'm slowly working on that, but I wanted something a little bit different. I spent probably an hour looking through Ravelry today, trying to figure out what my next project was going to be. And I kept going back to this little tank called the Typo tank. It's 2 colors. It's top down from the brief. I bought the pattern on Ravelry, but I haven't read all the way through. But what I briefly read was that you start with provisional cast-ons at the top of the shoulders. You're knitting both directions for the little tank straps. And then going into the body of some mosaic. It's not stranded color work, it's all mosaic, and I like the fact that it's a boxy tank. You can make it as loose or as fitted as you want. You can choose one of I think there are 6 different little slip stitch patterns that she puts in there. You can use all 6 of them. You could stripe a couple of them. You could do a lot of different things. But I think it's so cute. I think it's gonna be a quick one. It calls for fingering weight yarn. Melissa said I should do navy and hot pink. I I got close to that, sort of. I got navy. But I decided I'm gonna use bamboo pop sock. The one top that I have that's in the bamboo pop sock, I really, really love, with it being bamboo and cotton and PBT, whatever PBT is. I'm assuming it's some sort of nylon. I have a summer trellis top in this, and it's really, really comfy to wear. So I decided I need another top in that. So my main color is going to be this peachy strawberry, they call it. And then my little slip stitches are going to be in this navy celestial, which I think is going to be really fun. It'll be nice and summery and graphic and bright and happy. And I don't think it will take me too terribly long. I think it's done on size 4 needles. I should probably check my gauge and see if I need to go down a needle size. I probably will cheat on that, and I will check the gauge on my summer trellis because I know I knit that on 4s. And if the gauge is the same, then I'm good to go. So that's going to be my next project in the midst of everything else going on. And let's see, what else? Ladder back to card class, tops. We talked about the farmer's market. I had all sorts of notes for this weekend, you guys. Oh, if you were in for the yarn crawl, or if you were in at all over the last 2 weeks, you may have seen these up at the counter. But if you're not local and you haven't been in, you have not seen my latest little brainchild. I've talked about it for over a year, and they finally are coming to fruition, which I'm so excited about. I'm calling them indecision dice. So it started as something to have here for the shop. When people come in and say they don't know what they want to make, they don't have a yarn in mind, they don't have a pattern in mind, project in mind, anything. I decided that we need to have special dice that we can roll that will help us decide what the project should be. So I got them, and did I talk about these last week or last 2 weeks? I don't think I did. I'm looking at my notes now. I feel like I didn't, but Melissa, use that to pick your typo top colors. Oh, I could do that. Oh, look at you being so smart. This is why I keep people around me, because I can't think. So the same thing that I would have told people, I will do for myself too. So dice. I just threw one on the floor. I can't hold 4 things at once. So it comes as a set of 4. One has different project ideas on it. So it's got a blanket, a sock, a hat, a mitten, a scarf. It'll be a scarf or a shawl or a sweater. And yes, I had these custom made for me. I have a contact, which is really cool to be able to say she makes custom dice. And so these ones are fun. Like you can't really see the sparkle in them, but there's such cool sparkle in there. So one has projects. One has numbers from 1 to 6. The numbers represent weights of yarn. So this would be lace weight yarn, fingering weight yarn. I'm not very good with dice. Sport weight yarn, worsted, chunky. Where's my 6? Under my finger. Bulky or super bulky. So you would roll 1 to figure out what kind of project. You would roll the number 1 to figure out what weight yarn you're going to use. If you know your yarn you're going to use and you just want to decide on a project, you just roll that one. The other 2 have colors on them. I had too many colors to be able to fit on just one. And look, I have a little multi. Look at that. A little multicolored one. I love it so much. So this one's got like pink, purple, orange, brown, gold, and multi, and this one's got teal, blue, white, red, yellow, green. So Melissa's idea was that I can roll the two dice and let them help me decide what colors to do for my typo top. This can work two ways. It can work as just having it tell you what to do, or you could have it be kind of a process of elimination. I find that with sometimes, we'll roll a die and it'll come up with a mitten. I don't really want to make a mitten. Okay, so process of elimination. That's one less thing we have to kind of help you look with. So I have two dice here. I'm going to try and do this in a way that it's not going to make a ton of noise, but I don't want also them to go very far. So I'll roll them in a place that's a little bit contained. It's completely different, but it would be kind of cool. So what I got was brown and yellow or gold, which could be a fun summary thing too. So I could do brown with yellow, or I could do yellow with brown. But I have those colors. And I do have a fun summery yellow. So now you guys can tell me which you would prefer. If I should do yellow with brown, or if I should do the coral with blue. This should be good. This should like get me out of my comfort zone. I should do this with more of the projects around the shop here. Maybe it would do it. Yes. Yeah, I think this is gonna be good. I can do that. So I'm gonna do a yellow top with brown as the little contrast. I might end up doing, yeah, it is different. Oh, Donna and Mom, you're speaking my language. Yellow brown, coral blue. Yeah, I might end up doing both. So I maybe start with the yellow and brown one just because it is different. And then if I really love it, I might do another one for myself in the coral and blue. We'll see. You know me, I don't tend to make two of the same thing because I'm on to the next, whatever the next thing is, but we'll see. So how fun is that? So we have the dice here in the shop. You can use them if you're trying to pick a project, but we also are taking pre-orders for them if you want a set of your own, because they're just really cool to have. And as I want to say Ashley said the word was dice hound, but I can't remember. I think she said the dice hound and the yarn hound in her were both very happy when she heard that I was doing these dice. So it's $40 for the set of four, which if you have looked at the cost of or the price of custom dice at all, you know that's a really, really good deal. And I mean, she created this from scratch for us with creating the molds and everything. So really just a fun, unique thing. So let us know if you want to be in on the pre-orders for that. We are taking pre-orders. And okay, so I think that's everything that I had to talk about. Yellow and brown, another one for Mom in her colors. Yeah, there we go. That's a good idea. She's gonna get all kinds of knits from me, but then I want to wear them too. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll just make a whole bunch of them. Okay, so I'm gonna do drawings. There are 3 prizes from the entries from the middle of the mitten yarn crawl. The prizes that we're drawing for, the die is going to be different colors. They are going to be like the actual mold themselves might be. I haven't talked to her about that. I know she's got some different ideas. I don't know if they're all going to be kind of this black sparkly. I guess give me feedback on that, on whether you'd like them like this or if you had something a little bit different that you might be looking for. She's going to start working on production of those over the next week or so. So, we're always open to feedback. It's the beauty of custom things. Okay, so the 4 drawings that we're going to do, one is for a set of the Chaigu Twist Shorties. One is for a 10 ball bag of Barocco Sea Spun with their pattern book. if you win this and you need more than 10 skeins of something for one of the projects, either in this book or a project that you find elsewhere, let us know. We can drop ship extra skeins to you. We should be able to have them check the dye lot, make sure the dye lot's the same, or if you need a different color, let us know. We can hook you up with that. That would obviously be at an additional cost. We have a 2 skein set from Madeline Tosh, these beautiful colors. This has been sitting on the table and drawing everybody's eyes in for the last week and a half. And then we also have a little project bag. This is what I'm going to dump everybody's names into and draw from. So this will be the last of the prizes, but cute little square bottom, rectangular bottom project bag. So I've had, this is the yarn bowl that we always have by our ball winder in case we need it for weighing things or splitting things, whatever. Look at all the names in there. It's so full. So I'm dumping all of those down in. Well, they're all in there. Look at that. Okay, so first I'm going to draw for the Madeline Tosh 2 skein set. And purple pink girls. Yes, Julie, the purple pink girls. Okay, so the winner of this is Maureen. That's all I have is Maureen and a phone number. So Maureen, we will be in touch with you. I'm not quite sure which Maureen it is because we have more than one, but I have a phone number and that should only be for one person. So that one's going to Maureen. Next will be for the Barocco C-Spun sweater kit. And look them up. These have gone in and out of different packaging, so they shouldn't be all like the oldest ones aren't on the bottom or anything like that. This one is for Nathaniel Asperger. Excellent. We get to see their family at least once a year, if not more, when they come through in yarn crawl. So Nathaniel, I will be in touch with you and we will get this out to you guys. That's awesome. Congratulations. You know what? We're going to draw for the Chigu needles last. So next I will draw for this little project bag. Yeah, let's find a good one down in there. Marla Ket. This is a new name for me. This is not a name that I have heard before, so I love it. New people. So Marla Ket is going to get this sewn together by Bee project bag. I don't want to put this back in there because then I'll lose her info. And last but not least, the set of Chigu Twist Shorties. That one is going to Sandy Binkley. Excellent. So Sandy, you get this set of Twist Shorties. Congratulations. We will be in touch this week. Hopefully I'm able to make those phone calls on Wednesday when I'm here. Since the yarn crawl doesn't start until Thursday, I should have a little bit of downtime on Wednesday. So thank you all so much for coming in. If you participated in the yarn crawl, thanks for doing that. Thank you for supporting the shop. And thanks, of course, for tuning in and watching me being mildly entertained by me, hopefully. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope that you continue to be creative, you enjoy the sunshine, but also enjoy having some yarn in your hands, doing something with knitting or crochet or spinning or weaving or felting or just anything. Keep creative, keep creating. Congratulations to everybody that won. I hope that we see a lot of you back here in the next week or so for the yarn crawl or otherwise. I will not be doing a live next Monday because we will have been open for a good portion of the day. But there will be one August 5th, which would be right after the yarn crawl is done. So if we don't see you in the shop, I will see you all in 2 weeks. Have a great couple weeks and be creative. Enjoy. Bye, everybody.